What's up? What's up? Whew. If you would join any other branch, would it be Air Force? Trell the bars, yeah. 30 days till I ship. Let's go. Hey, good luck, Chris. Is San Diego harder than Paris Island? I would think it's a little easier. Plans for Memorial Day? I don't know yet. So for all the ones that do not know, I just came back from a 5-day cruise, 6-day cruise. Came back for a day to Memphis, went to Atlanta for like a day and a half. Came back to Memphis, then just went to Nashville for like 2 days. So I've been really busy. I haven't really had time to look at the channel, but the channel's at 90,000. I haven't had plans. I haven't been able to make plans for Memorial Day. I've just been all over the place. But you would have known that if you follow me on Instagram, so. Hey, Trell, how are you doing? I leave in 2 weeks to boot camp. I'm scared about the yelling. How do I handle it? Yell back. They yell at you, you yell back at them. That's all. That's what I did. I used to try to, like, spit in their face, and I, like, but, you know, like, yell so loud and so hard that, like, spit's flying out of my mouth just like they used to do to us, and they would just go away. Was 295 last July. Now I'm 227. Keep putting in that work. That's a good improvement right there. Yeah, I understand the hills in Pendleton suck, but think about them like straight swamps, so you're wet all the time in Paris Island. Mosquitoes, sand fleas. I mean, y'all got that in Cali too, but Lejeune just sucks. I'm just telling you, it just sucks. I mean, not Lejeune, but Paris Island sucks. Yo, how should I train for the 3-mile run on the PFT if I want to max it out? So run when you practice running, right, and you're trying to increase your time. That means you have to increase your pace. So that means you need to get like a stopwatch. You need to get something. You need to time yourself and pace yourself. All right, you need to run at a normal pace, like how you would normally run. Time it. Okay, cool. Now next time you need to try to beat that time by, let's say 30 seconds, and then the next time you try to beat it by 45 seconds, then 50 seconds, then a minute. You need to slowly work your way up into increasing that run time. But it just all comes with time and practice. I'm new. I just wanted to say hi. What's up, Lucas Arnold? Are there alligators at Paris Island? Alligators? I don't think there's alligators. Which one live more north? Alligators or crocodiles? I didn't ever see ones. I don't know. Do we at least stretch before we run? I hate running with sticks. Yeah, you're gonna always stretch before you do any kind of workout. Leaving for Paris Island or leaving for San Diego in 10 days. Adrian Miller, good luck. If you were to pick from McDonald's and Burger King, which one would you pick? Neither. I mean, if I really had to. But if I had to, I'd probably go McDonald's. Is being a reserve officer worth it if you want to keep your civilian career? Yes, that's exactly why you go reserves. Is 250 to 270 good for recon? A PFT score? For a PFT, you need to, if you're trying to go recon, you need to be hitting like the 290s. At least bare minimum. How much money do you make from what? How much money do I make from what? How hard is boot camp? On a scale of 1 to 10, depending on how, well, I'll say this, depending on how mentally strong you are, depends on how hard boot camp is for you. If you're really mentally strong and words don't get to you, boot camp's going to be a breeze. Boot camp's going to be the easiest thing you do in your military career, in your Marine Corps career, but freaking, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it? I would say like a 4, to be honest. The physical part is going to come natural. It's just the mental part that gets everybody. We got a whole platoon on duty in 1-2 right now. 5 DUI, car left on bricks, 2 boats stolen since back from bridge in 29. That sounds like fucking trash ass 1-2 right there. I fucking hated. Well, actually, I loved 1-2 when I first got to 1-2. My first command. My second command, I fucking hated those people. PFT score, by the way, the 250 and 270. Yeah. If you're trying to go recon and you're getting a 250 or 270, that's not going to cut it. Like, recon, MARSOC, all that, you need to be hitting at least a 290. You'll try. I know the Marines can increase your chances of being a cop, but can it also increase your chances of becoming a firefighter? Yeah. Any type of military job, job is going to be able to transfer to like cop, firefighter, EMT. Like, you're going to easily get accepted in those. Which station was the best food? Has the best chow hall? I will say when I went to Spain, the duty, this freaking Marine base or whatever the fuck it is in Spain, that was probably by far the best chow I've ever been to. I don't know. The Army's Chow Hall and freaking, well, I think it's Camp Humphreys in Korea. That shit is bomb as fuck. So I don't know. It's a hard question. I'm loving Lejeune compared to Cali. Fuck. Well, I don't see how. Well, I've never been to Cali's fucking bases, but Lejeune is trash. I'm going to talk to a Marine recruiter as soon as I get my GED. But if they want me to get college credits, I will go Army because they're more accepting. What do you think about this? I don't understand why you need college credits in the first place. I mean, all you need is a GED to be able to enlist. Do you have to wait to join MARSOC or can you go straight into it? I mean, you have to be at least a Lance Corporal or Corporal before you can even try out for MARSOC. So you're going to be in the Marine Corps for a little minute anyway. So you're not going to be able to just jump right into it once you graduate boot camp. You're going to be a little minute, at least 1 or 2 years before you can try out. Trell, what job would you have chosen if you had the chance to do it again? I would have chosen admin, to be honest. I would have known my exact schedule every single day. Would have been able to go to college. I knew what time I was going to be get off pretty much every day. Like, I would have did a desk job, hands down. I just finished at the recruiter's office signing papers. I leave for MEPS on 6th of June. Any advice? Yeah, definitely watch my MEPS videos, but no, for real. I mean, if you don't have anything to hide as far as like medical history or anything like that, you're good. There's really no advice I can give the MEPS. I mean, just tell the truth, because you can't really lie anymore because of the new thing they got going. So, I mean, that's all I really can tell you now. Now, back in the day, I would tell you don't tell them shit because they can't find out. But they got this new program now to where they can look back in your medical history. So, I met Master Sergeant Plumley today. Didn't know he got the Medal of Honor until 2 hours later after the event today. Didn't realize what kind of guy I shook hands with at the moment. Damn, that's dope. Bro, I got this Marine recruiter trying to get me to enlist so hard. Like, this man is so determined that he wanted to pull me out of class, man. I'm set on Army. Yeah, they're going to do anything to try to get you to enlist. How did you imagine military life before you joined? Thought I was going to be going straight to war, but it wasn't that. Do you think MARSOC is right up there with SEAL Team 6 and Delta Force? Definitely not Delta Force. I would say like a step down from SEALs, to be honest. Or they might be neck and neck with SEALs, but I would say Delta Force. I don't know. MARSOC is pretty dope. I would say they're like either neck and neck or right behind SEALs. Do you love going away to serve in the military? Did I love going away? Yeah, I love getting away from fucking Memphis, Tennessee. I'm struggling on ASVAB. What's some advice to study and pass? I got 2 videos on that, but buy a guidebook. So ASVAB book for dummies, how to pass an ASVAB. Anything, you can literally go on Amazon, go to Barnes & Noble, look up ASVAB study book. Buy that. Get study partners within your recruiting station. Freaking ask your recruiter to study with you. You can hire an ASVAB tutor. You can take, there's plenty of practice tests you can take online. Like, you need to do every single resource, or use every single resource that you have to your disposal if you're struggling with ASVAB. You ever deal with engineers much during your time? True. Yeah, I worked with combat engineers on both of my deployments. So my recruiter just offered me a MARSOC contract. Should I sign it? Fuck no. Hell no. Hell fuck no. I mean, okay, so this is what I don't understand about that. Why sign up for special forces, right? Special forces. You haven't even been in the military yet. Like, I'm not trying to discourage you, but to me that just doesn't make sense. Why go to the top level of the Marine Corps, right? MARSOC, right? The hardest job there is, right? Why go to that top tier? You haven't even worked your way into the Marine Corps yet. You haven't even went through boot camp. And you're already going to sign away for a special forces contract that your recruiter probably knows you're not mentally and physically ready for, but they're just trying to get you out the door to go to boot camp. So now when you fail freaking MARSOC fucking NDOCs and all that shit, now you're just going to get whatever random job the Marine Corps wants. And that's how the fucking recruiters trick you. That's why I tell you, do your research. Already have a job that you want in mind when you go into the recruiter's office and make the recruiter work for you. Don't let them work around you and get you to just sign a piece of paper. It's not what you do when you go into a recruiting office. If I were you, I would look at all the jobs the Marine Corps has. Hey, I want this job. Go into the recruiting office. Sir, ma'am, I already know what job I'm looking into. I need you to tell me about this job. I need you to tell me how I'm going to get there. I need you to tell me, am I going to be able to go to college with this job? Realistically, this. That's how you talk to a recruiter. You don't just sit there and let them feed you crap, because they're going to keep feeding you crap that sounds good to you. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to go to the Marine Corps. And that's when you sign your life away, and then 4 years of fucking hell. That's what I fucking did. So, I'm trying to help you. who was the strongest guy I met in the Corps. He was like he was getting out as soon as I was coming into my first unit. I'm talking about a big fucking jacked motherfucker. He looked like all he did was like eat and work out, literally. I forgot his name though. He was fucking humongous though. Is the Marine Corps infantry worth it for the brotherhood and discipline, or should I just go Army infantry because I want to go airborne? If you want to go airborne, that's your heart, that's your soul right there. Go Army. Marine Corps, you're not gonna get that. Why do they send low rank Marines in war than Marines that are high rank? All right, so first of all, well, everybody's gonna go, but let's say they're clearing a room, right? The lowest rank or the bottom man on the totem pole is gonna go in first. Because think about it, if your senior guys get taken out, now you have all these new guys that don't have any experience, and they're gonna have to lead. They're gonna have to step up. Excuse me. So that's why you put the lowest guy on the totem pole. The junior guys are gonna go into a room first because they get killed, which is it sucks. If they get killed, you still got senior guys in the back to take out the enemy plus lead on other guys, and they have experience. So that's how that works. So just don't be at the bottom of the totem pole. Why do they? Just read that one. Leaving August 22nd. Pray for me. Logistics and accounting, dude. You're gonna have a good time. What do Marines do on ship? Nothing. You literally read books, watch movies that you download on a laptop, listen to music, freaking play video games, work out, stand in long lines for food, go outside, look at nothing but water, smoke hella cigarettes or dip fucking hella amount of dip. Is ridiculous how much dip was used on ship. And if you're lucky and you don't get caught, you can get some fucking pussy, or if you're a girl, you probably easily find someone to give you some dick, but that's about it. It's just fucking, freaking food, gym, sleep, movies, books, video games. That's all you do on ship. Then you get off ship at heliports and you just get really fucked up. And it's a great time, fun time. Let's see. How many people did you come across that had waivers if you talked about that stuff? When I first came in, not many people really had waivers other than for like weed. Like I said, we didn't have to disclose a lot of stuff. I'm not saying I withheld information, but I'm saying like I know of people that had medical conditions beforehand, but they got away with things. Still got in the Marine Corps, and that's how the Marine Corps was. But that's why they came up with this new process, this new system to try to eliminate people coming in already injured. And trying to claim it on a disability claim when they get out, even though they were already injured before they came in. What are your thoughts on Steph? He's a fucking god. That's what my thoughts are on Steph. Is there a big difference between Force Recon and MARSOC? Yes, a very big difference. Recon does not do shit. Recon doesn't do anything in today's military. They honestly do not. You can ask anybody in Recon. Sure, they're gonna, but I'm Recon. Oh, you can hype it up, but they don't do shit. Only people right now in the military are honestly doing shit is Special Forces, so that would be MARSOC. Recon, you're just gonna do hella training. That might be cool, but you're not gonna do shit with it. How's life, Trell? Amazing. I just came off like 2 straight weeks of vacation. It was great. Let's see. How many of your fellow Marines joined with a GED? I have no idea. I have no idea, honestly. I really don't know. Let's see. What's your favorite food while you are working? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? After SOI, do you get time off, like, after graduation? Fuck no. You go straight to the fleet. Your next vacation day, next off day will be whatever federal holiday comes up next. The only type of vacation times you get is right after boot camp. That you're guaranteed those 10 days. After that, it's whenever a federal holiday comes up. Do Marine Reserves still get to train in McMat after boot camp? Yeah, they do the same kind of training we do. If you watch the NBA, who you got winning tonight, the Heat or the Celtics? So I really want the Heat to win, but the Celtics kind of have the momentum. They're a really good basketball team. But I want the Heat to win just so I can talk shit to my boy. And I just like interesting series. I would love to see it in Game 7. That'd be an epic game. But honestly, I do think the Celtics probably win tonight's game. Hopefully they don't, though. If I got in before the new program Genesis, can they still see my medical history? No. Once you're in, you're good. At least to my knowledge, you are. How do I sign for my MOS bonus before I ship out next month? I don't know what MOS even offers a bonus, a sign-on bonus. If so, that's great that you found that MOS. Because the Marine Corps usually doesn't give on sign-on bonuses. Unless you're like re-enlisting, but like every other branch literally gives us a sign-on bonus. How many times you took the ASVAB? One time. What was your worst day in boot camp? Worst day in boot camp? Is when I had stress fractures in my hip, and we were on the hike back from the Crucible, so the 9-mile hike or 12-mile, whatever it is. And my hip was on fire. My pack was like really fucked up. Couldn't really walk, and I was in front of my platoon. But I had the option to not do it and still get my Eagle Golden Anchor. But I said, fuck that. I'm gonna keep pushing. And my hip was on fire. I had to go get MRIs and all that shit. Yeah, that day sucked. It was a lot of pain. Talk about medals and ribbons. They look sick on your blues. So I will tell you this. In the Marine Corps, your ribbons do actually mean something, right? But they really fucking don't, unless you have a car. A car is a combat action ribbon. No one really gives a fuck what your stack looks like unless you have a car. If you have a car, you can talk shit. But every other ribbon is pretty much given to you. Like in infantry, you're gonna go on 2 deployments. You're gonna get the sea service ribbon plus a star on it. You might have a chance to do humanitarian relief, which I did. Freaking global war and terrorism, got that. Freaking national defense ribbon, I got that. Korean ribbon, I got that. So, I mean, honestly, those are just pieces of cloth. Like, it doesn't really mean shit. It just shows what I did in the Marine Corps, where I've been. Like, to my opinion, the only one that really means something is like the car, or like a Purple Heart, or a freaking Bronze Star, or fucking Silver Star, Navy Cross. Those are the ones that mean something. So if someone's trying to flex on you because they have more ribbons than you, like, oh, whoop-de-doo, like, let me see a car. If you don't have a car, they don't give a fuck. But infantry guys will always have more ribbons than pogues, 9 times out of 10. I'm thinking of going to college and taking up a 0369 contract. Is that like a squad leader or something? Should I look into other MOSs? Yeah, that's basically what it is, a squad leader. And it depends what kind of person you are. If you're someone who, if you know you're just a natural leader, then that'd be a great job for you. But if you get stressed out really quick, I wouldn't do that job. Can you explain primary and secondary MOSs, because I recently found out secondary MOSs were a thing. So let's say you're a freaking so security forces, right? That's a perfect example. Like, your primary MOS would be like, I don't know which way they would put it. Like, your primary would either be security forces and your secondary would be whatever infantry job. So 0311, 0331. You know what I'm saying? That would be like that. Or like, I also think if like you're an 0311 and you become a McMap instructor, like that would kind of be like your secondary MOS or secondary billet or something like that. So it's basically just like a side job, but you're still, I don't really know how to explain it, but that's kind of how it works, if that makes sense. Hopefully I explained it in a way that made sense. Don't think Marine Corps does first time enlistment bonus. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've never heard of that. How does leave work, and have you ever used it? Yeah, I used it. Also used my leave days to get out the Marine Corps early. And I have an entire video about that process and how that works. Grizzlies should trade Ja. They are so much better without him. Bull. I'm not doing this, Gavin, with the Grizzlies tonight. I'm not. Not because it says electric maintenance gets an 8,000 bonus and Intel like a 2,000 bonus and Seaburn and others. So they might be offering some bonuses. I mean, I know that Intel definitely gets a re-enlistment bonus, but a just initial sign-on bonus, I've never heard of anybody who really got that, to be honest. But the Marine Corps might be coming around and giving them out. I don't know. Do you make lots of new friends working in the military? Yeah, you're going to meet people from all over the world, especially all over the United States. What's the next video going to be? I think it's like a barracks room essentials video, like what you need to have in your barracks room to mentally stay sane and everything else. But the videos are slowly coming off the wall. I'm almost done with everything I can share with y'all. I'm getting really close to 100K. Probably should be at 100K by the end of next month. Hopefully sooner. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up on the freaking channel. I'll always come do lives, check up on y'all. make videos, freaking. But life does have to go on for me. I got other things I have to pursue because I got bigger plans. You know what I'm saying? How hard is it to be a scout sniper? Very hard. It's a very, very hard school. You ever met someone with a Navy Cross? Pretty sure I have. It was a really old Marine. He was like, I think it was a sergeant major or could have been a master fucking guns. I forgot what he was. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I met someone with a Navy Cross. Actually, I think someone that goes to my church has a Navy Cross. I just signed an Intel contract and I even asked if there was a signing bonus and there isn't. Yeah, I'm telling you. I don't know. Your recruiter might be lying to you. How much should I run a day in preparation for boot camp? How much should you run a day? I say you should at least be running 3 days out of the week, maybe even 4. Like you should be running every other day. To be honest, 19 Delta. If you, I don't even know what you're talking about. Who's the most badass motherfucker you've ever met in your time? Was it those scout sniper dudes or someone more personal? So I would say one of the most badass like Marine I've ever met with my advanced school instructor. So when I say they saw combat, they saw legit ass combat. Like they're calling in airstrikes, fucking all kind of shit. Telling us hella stories. Like those my instructors were some badass motherfuckers. We actually had one that left teaching us to go to Iraq because his boys were going back, and he was like, "Fuck this! I'm not teaching this fucking class. I'm about to go to Iraq." Literally went back to Iraq after he's been like a bajillion times, and yeah, that guy's really just fucked up. But he's a badass, cool guy. I also had a staff sergeant that was pretty badass. I saw some combat. Actually, I think he's got his like nutsack split open. Like the guy just fucking. It got sewn back, but the guy's fucking legit. Yeah, he was like a radio man, and his fucking antenna was up. They were like he was actually in a documentary. They're walking like along this wall, and the fucking Taliban sees his antenna, and they fucking hit the trigger for the ID, and it got hella shrapnel and shit, and his nuts and all kind of shit. If my goal is MARSOC, what's the best MOS to go in any infantry? You need to get experience with the infantry. That's what you need to. Don't be a pogue that does nothing for you. Barely gonna shoot. You need to do a job. You're gonna be shooting shit. If you're married before enlisting, will your spouse be able to move in with you after ITB? Yeah, but it's not gonna be directly after. But yeah, you will. Heading to boot camp in July. Wish me luck. Good luck. What is your favorite part working in the military? It was the brotherhood, getting fucked up in different countries, just experiencing fucking different cultures, being able to travel. That was the most favorite part. What's your opinion on infantry leadership? Is that what you asked? What's your opinion on infantry leadership? You're gonna have very, very shitty leaders, and you're gonna have a few good leaders. That's honestly how it is, and it's horrible. It's horrible to say, but military or Marine Corps definitely has a lot of fucking shitty fucking leaders. It's insane. It's one of the reasons I got out actually. Do you think U.S. will ever be defeated? No, I honestly don't. Gaming laptop is a bare essential. LOL. Yep, that is actually in there. What is your favorite part? Okay, you just asked that. You and 03, are y'all rocking high cuts now? My guys still have suppressors, but no high cuts. I was an 0341. My hair was completely out of the regs. I barely got a haircut towards the end of my career because I really didn't give a fuck. We started off with suppressors and definitely got those taken off. That's the most annoying thing to have, is a fucking like the suppressors like this fucking long, hanging off the end of your fucking barrel, smacking your kneecap when you're hiking. That shit sucks. But yeah, bro, I'm so worried about getting shot in the balls. That would suck. Yeah, that would definitely suck. But likelihood of that happening is very low. What do you know about 1341s? I have no idea what that is. How far did you go with McMap? I was a black belt. I was a black belt. I almost got a chance to be an instructor, but I just didn't have enough time on contract. How long would it take for your spouse to move in with you after AIT? AIT is Army, so I don't know how the Army works, but at least for the Marine Corps, I know when you get to the fleet, like, you have to do paperwork, you have to get checked in, and then, they're going to ask who's married. Like, do you have a house already, or do you need a house on base? Like, that's part of your process of getting to your first unit. What happened to each of your friends that were in past videos? Did some re-enlist, etc.? No, everyone in that video got out, and everyone's doing good. Everyone's doing really good. Everyone you saw in that video is doing something productive. No one's, like, bumming around. Like, everyone's working or, pursuing dreams and shit like that. So Everyone in the video is doing great. What's your opinion on MSG? I mean, it's a pretty cool MOS, but you're gonna get picked on just because you're not doing your regular O3 job per se every single day when you're like doing your MSG shit. So when you come back to the fleet, people are gonna pick on you. People are gonna treat you like shit. I mean, but honestly, it's a pretty dope opportunity, especially you to go like Spain or some other foreign country for like 2 years. It's pretty dope. How broke do you actually be while enlisting? For the first couple of ranks, you're gonna be pretty broke, especially if you don't know how to manage money. And I fucking blew my money, like I was going crazy. So if you don't know how to manage money, like you'd be pretty broke. You're gonna be living paycheck to paycheck. But so I make videos about how to, like, what to spend your money on, what not to spend your money on, stuff like that. I make videos about that. I try to break down the pay so you kind of see what you're getting paid. But yeah, if you don't know how to manage your money, definitely ask for help, for sure. Do you make a lot of new friends in the military? Yes. What was your rank when you got out? I was a Lance Corporal. Even though I picked up Corporal, got NJP'd, made hella videos about it. People made videos about me getting NJP'd. It was a whole big ass ordeal. But yeah, I got NJP'd, went back to Lance Corporal. But now I'm actually a Corporal, like in reserves, and active reserves, I'm actually a Corporal again. So, how can I pass my PCAT? How did I find more material to pass? So I never took the PCAT. I don't even think the PCAT was really around when I came in, so I can't really give you any advice on that, to be honest. I'm sorry. On the final approver's desk for my vision, then I'm off to San Diego for 0327. Good luck. Good luck. If you lat move, do you sign for more years? Not necessarily. Like if you're thinking you're gonna lat move within your first 4 initial years, that's not gonna fucking happen. So you can lat move after 4 years, and you're just gonna be re-enlisting. You're basically re-enlisting into another job. So I wouldn't really consider it a lat move. Like a lat move would be like halfway through your contract, you're going to another thing. I mean, I guess you could still consider a lat move after 4 years to another like MOS. But yeah, you're not signing for more years. You're just gonna re-enlist for however many years you want to do for another job. But that's also really hard to do, especially going infantry to any other job that's not infantry. Good luck. Do you pick your duty station? You get a wish list, but it's ultimately up to the needs of the Marine Corps. What do you think ABT radio about? Oh, ABT, Jesus, wow. What do you think about radio operator? Pretty chill job, unless you're having to run around with some grunts, and it's gonna suck because you gotta carry on the radio. But if you're like chilling back in headquarters, then you're gonna be just fixing radios and chilling on the Humvee, watching ammo. Like you're gonna be chilling. What are your personal records in the gym? Let's see. So I got a video. So if anyone doesn't believe me, I can send you the video. I personally will send it to you. 1 second. Well, I gotta go on my Instagram. I think my max bench is 275, I want to say. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's like 265, 275. My max squat is like 415, 410. I think the most I ever deadlifted before was like 408, but I can't deadlift anymore because my lower back. What else did I miss? It's a bench, squat. What else did I miss? Deadlift. So yeah. Okay, I completely lost my place. Do you think I'll ship as a backup shipper next week? You have a likelihood of doing that, but I don't know. What do you do when you got? What did I do when I got the military? Pursue my YouTube channel. That's why I got 90K, and also because of y'all. Honestly, chilled, but I'm about to come out with a video about my year mark. I've almost been out for a year. May 29th will be my first year outside of the Marine Corps. And I'll be telling you where my life is heading, how it was, how challenging it was to mentally adjust back to civilian life, how not having a schedule affect me. Like, it was it's not just easy. It's not just get out back to normal. That's not how it goes. Shit's going to piss you off that people do. You're going to get bored. You're going to want to go back. And honestly, you're going to think about it. Like, it's a lot. But I'm going to make a whole video about it, so. Do only Marines and infantry go to the field, or does everyone have to go at least once? I mean, non-grunt. So Pogues are going to go to the field during, like, MCT. But depending on what your MOS is as a pogue determines whether you're going to go to the field. Like admin is not going to the fucking field, but infantry, yeah, you're going to go to the field. I slept outside more than I slept in my own bed throughout my 4 years in the Marine Corps. How much money you make a day of working in the military? I don't know specifically how much you make a day, but I just literally made a video on the pay chart for 2022, so definitely check that out if you want to see how much you're getting paid a month. Would I enjoy infantry or artillery more? It depends. Artillery, you're just, carrying shit, loading it, shooting it. Infantry, you get a little bit more stuff to do. You can potentially clear houses, going to be running ranges. I mean, it's more work as an infantryman than it is as an artilleryman, so kind of depends on what you want. How the fleet like do you get yelled at a lot? Jesus, why are you asking me? I have no idea what you asked me. Benjamin, I don't want to butcher your last name, but I have no idea what you just asked me. What do you know about LED gunners? I have no idea, chat. I really don't. I really didn't work with them. I really hear much about them. What should we buy at PX and boot camp? Most of the time, your drill instructor is going to tell you what you need. They're going to give you a shopping list, and I would just follow that shopping list. But once you go through the PX the first time, you'll know what you need the second time. But the first time, I think everyone has to follow a shopping list. Like, you have to have every single item on that shopping list. So if you're not told otherwise, like, and they give you a shopping list, you need to get every single item on there. Even if you necessarily don't need it, just because, like, they're going to ask to see this, see that at some point. And if you don't have it, then you're going to get fucked up. So, what is ipac? My recruiter said don't do ipac. ipac. What was ipac? So ipac basically handles everyone's paperwork coming in and coming out, and they just always busy. So that would be a crappy, I would say probably a crappy MOS. I see why your recruiter said no. But ipac is basically handling everyone's paperwork coming in the Marine Corps and going out of the Marine Corps. And it's always packed, it's always busy. You got to schedule appointments, it's just hell. Is it harder for skinny people to make it through basic training? No. Your weight, your height really doesn't have shit to do with anything. It's your mental toughness and your, how much you're striving to pass boot camp and get through it. Can you summarize what 0351 does? Let me think. So 0311 is a rifleman, 0331 is a machine gunner, 0341 is a mortarman. What's a 0351? 52 is one of the assaultmen. What's a 51? You gotta remind me what a 51 is, man. I've almost been out for a complete year, so. How many pull-ups did you do for the PFT, just the minimum? Or no, I max out my pull-ups and crunches every single time. So I didn't even count. When they told me you're done, get off, that's when I stopped, honestly. Recruiter wants me to go to MEPS for 2 days, a week before I ship for weight inspection. I told him, hell no. What's a good body weight to have for someone who's 5'8" for ruck marches of 50 pounds? So when I first came to Marine Corps, I was 5'7" and 145 pounds. When I left boot camp and got to the fleet, I was still 5'7", maybe shrunk a little bit because my spine condensed. But I left the Marine Corps at 175 pounds. So, and I was only 5'7". So, as long as you're at a healthy weight, you can still gain weight as long as it's healthy and you're working out and stuff like that. So, did you get yelled at a lot in the fleet? Fuck yeah, hell yeah. I got yelled at every single day for a year and a half straight. Every single waking moment of my fucking life. It was so annoying. Do you have a favorite military quote? Let me see. What did my instructor tell me? Fuck. If you enjoyed your military, if you're... What did he say? He said if you enjoyed your Marine Corps experience, you didn't do shit. If you never had a bad... if you didn't hate your life at all, you didn't do shit in the Marine Corps. And I highly believe that. So, did you get? Okay, I read that one. In your free time in the military, what do you like to do? I was partying, drinking, fucking, making YouTube videos. Any advice on checking into your first duty station? You're just checking in. You're just getting a lot of paperwork signed and stuff like that. So, that's all it really is, checking in. Do I need to bring money, or do you have the option to let them use your pay when you go to the PX? So you're gonna have a like a card that basically has money on it that's coming out of your account, that the money you're getting paid at boot camp. It's gonna be like on this card, and that's how you pay for your stuff. If you get an admin discharge, can you go to another branch? Yeah, so a lot of people don't know this. Like, let's say you get discharged and it's other than honorable, right? You can actually go to the VA later and get it changed to an honorable discharge. So, oh, so 51 is an assaultman? Oh, let me see. Assaultman, all you're gonna do is, you're gonna learn about C4. So you build charges, freaking. You're just an 11 that carries rockets. Literally, it's all an assaultman is. Isn't max pull-ups like 20? How did you get those? No, so when I came in, max pull-ups was 23, and so I would do 20 overhand, and then the last 3 I would switch, but you can't touch the ground, and do the last 3 underhanded. So I'm 135 pounds right now, 5'7", with a 260 PFT score. Haven't gone to boot camp yet, but can someone like me with my body weight make it through recon training? Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, your height and weight doesn't mean shit. It honestly doesn't, unless you're going on like an aircraft, trying to be a pilot or something. But your height and weight doesn't mean anything. I don't know why people get so discouraged about that. It doesn't mean shit. That's a part of that mental thing I'm talking about. Like, you're thinking, oh, my weight, my height, I'm gonna struggle. Like, no, you shouldn't even be thinking about that. You should be thinking, like, I don't care how much I weigh, as long as it's a healthy weight. My height doesn't have shit to do with it. I'm gonna accomplish the mission, whatever it is. Whether that's graduating boot camp, whatever the fuck it is. What recruit training company were you in? I was 3rd Battalion Indian Company. What's your opinion of contracting PMC after the military? That'd be dope. I should have fucking did that. Must be doing something right. I'm hating life right now. Yep, I'm telling you, that's what he fucking told me. We do planks instead of crunches now. I can't say that word. Let's see. I just don't have words for that. That sucks, man. The Marine Corps is the military is getting softer. Granted that most of the time we did cheat on the crunches, but still, like, everyone was still crunching for real. Everyone's still, putting out. Plank, like, think about it. It's pretty easy to keep yourself up for a plank. And I guarantee you that they're not making you do it for an insane amount of time. It's probably like hold yourself up for like 2 minutes. So you must have did calisthenics before you joined. 23 pull-ups is impressive for anyone. Yeah, so if anyone's heard of P90X, I completed that twice before I went to the Marine Corps. So I was working out before the Marine Corps. I also went to every PT session pretty much that my recruiters held, and we PT at least twice a week, even sometimes on Saturdays. But yeah, I was already doing 23. The most pull-ups I've ever done in the Marine Corps was like 36. But yeah, I was really good at pull-ups because this Marine came up to me one day when I was at school. I forgot, I might have been a freshman, and he was like, hop on the pull-up bar. I did like 18 or some shit. He was like, that's some good shit, dude. Like, you should really consider it. And he was like, just remember, a pull-up a day keeps the fat away. So I would do a pull-up, at least one every single fucking day. Honestly, that's an honest fact. I would at least, because I had a pull-up bar in my room, so I would do one at least every day. But I would try to do 10 at least every day. What do you know about Intel? Everyone likes the job. Something can transfer outside the Marine Corps. Sometimes you stay up late though. They have long days sometimes, especially on deployment. Just finished MEPS and swore in on Wednesday. I plan on signing an HZ contract next week. Any chance I could talk to my recruiter about signing bonuses? How should I go about that? Like I said, Marine Corps, I've never heard of any Marine get a sign-on bonus, an initial sign-on bonus. I've never heard of that. Max plank is 345. Oh, that's well, I don't know. That might be a little tough. Holding a plank for 3 minutes and 45 seconds, though. I think it was Generation Kill, the book, that said all recon guys were skinny compared to the rest because they didn't have time to lift. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your height, your weight doesn't really have anything to do with shit. My friends who left for boot camp said I might be in India Company because I leave late June. They said in India, you really earn the title, unlike my company, not bashing, just getting it out. Yeah, so but I would say 3rd Battalion, like if you get any company 3rd Battalion is a rough. It was at least it was a rough time when I went. But any company was hell. It was fucking hell on earth. So, what is military security forces like? Do you know anyone with the MOS? Yeah, so I went to boot camp with somebody that was a Marine, security guard, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like I said, it's pretty dope because you get to travel, but you're gonna get picked on. You come back to the fleet because you don't really do your primary like 0311 MOS. So when you come back to the fleet after 2 years of being a security guard, you're gonna have to show that you know your skills, and if you don't, you're gonna get shit on. So, can maps give you a waiver for use of adderall, or will they deny you? So I don't know what they'll do for like drug abuse, prior drug abuse. I mean, they might give you a waiver for if you've been clean for a certain amount and you can prove that, but I'm not 100% on that, so it's something you should definitely ask a recruiter. Do you sleep alone in the military, or you have a bunkmate? So like in boot camp, you're gonna have a bunkmate. SOI, you're gonna have a bunkmate. In the fleet, it depends what your barracks looking like. I only had one other guy in my room, so it was 2 guys in a room. But some barracks rooms, you might have 4 guys, so it all depends where you stay. Hey Trell, first I want to thank you for your service. I was wondering if I can get a plumbing and HVAC certification or apprenticeship in the Marine Corps. Yeah, so you can actually get that. It's actually something they offer so the guys getting out. It's part of it's called TRS, so transition readiness program or seminar, whatever the fuck. And basically it's getting the guys who are about to get out of the Marine Corps a chance to get their foot into civilian life by offering, plumbing, HVAC, welding, stuff like that. So yeah, you can definitely get that certification before you even head back to civilian life. I don't know the guys left the same day as let me see. How are the gyms on base at Lejeune? Is it better to find a place off base to live? So most of the bases or most of the gyms on Lejeune are gonna be really packed. You know what I'm saying? Especially like Wallace Creek Fitness Center, that's like the biggest gym probably on Lejeune. That's gonna be packed. I went to like I think it's called Area 52. That one's pretty decent if you go at the right times. But if you just really wanted to be able to go into the gym and like instantly get on something that you want, I would probably find a gym off base. But the gyms on base are free. So, did you learn different languages as what? Did you learn any different languages? Also, you're the goat. Did I learn any different languages? No, I really didn't. I learned how to cuss a lot. That's about it. Might have to do a year of college before I join the Marines because of a waiver. Any pros to that? You get a little bit more mature, and honestly, you'd be able to prepare yourself a little bit more for the Marine Corps. So, let's see. How often do you hike in the fleet for infantry? You're gonna do that a lot. Let's see. You hike in boot camp. You're gonna hike in SOI. You're gonna do a 20K, a 10K, I think a 15K. In the fleet, I've done a 10, 15, 20K. I've done 20 miles at a time. I've done 15 miles at a time. I've done 10 miles at a time. I've done like a couple 5-mile hikes here and there. Done a couple 3. Like, you're gonna hike a lot. That's part of the job, and that's why a lot of people have lower back issues and knee problems and hip problems. So I tell you, the infantry's gonna do a toll on your body. Just make sure it's exactly what you want to do. It's not just all about shooting and shit. So, I'm a Lance Corporal and I'm hating my job. Any advice? What are you a Lance Corporal in? I'm gonna help out Cooper. Cooper, what are you a Lance Corporal? What's your MOS? All right, we'll wait for Cooper to answer. Were you always assigned to infantry? Yeah, I signed my contract as an infantryman, and yeah, I was an infantryman for 4 years. What did you do on a daily basis while you were in the infantry? So I actually have a video about that. I think I might redo that video, but it just all depends on what we got going on. Honestly, like, Depends if we're still on a workup. So a workup's basically like training before deployment. So it depends if we're in the middle, the beginning, the end of the workup, what we were actually doing. So towards the end of the workup, you don't really do shit. You're just in your room, cleaning, watching video game or playing video games, watching movies, sleeping. In the very beginning, though, it's a lot of classes, practical application. So basically, like what you learn in class, you go practice. Then it's going to the field like every other week. Sometimes you're going for 2 weeks at a time. Maybe you might have a couple 30 days, or you might even have a 60-day field out in there somewhere. So it just kind of all depends what you're doing. How do promotions work in the Marines? So basically, it's off a point system. So everything in the Marine Corps is worth points. So your pros and cons is basically like your proficiency and your conduct. So how good you are at your job versus your conduct. So are you a good Marine, everything like that. Those are worth a certain amount of points. You have educational points, so Marine Corps classes that you should be doing, or Marine classes that can better enhance your Marine abilities. Those are assigned a certain amount of numbers. Your PFT score, CFT score, your rifle score. I think McMat might be thrown in there somewhere. So it's off a point system, and it's also based off of how long you've been in the Marine Corps, how long you've been at that rank. It's not really complicated, but it's a lot that goes into it. It's not like other branches where you can just take a test and get promoted. So, do non-combat MOSs see frontline combat if there's a major war going on? So, Cooper, you're a supply aviation in Yuma. Ooh, that's Japan, right? One, I did not enjoy my time in Japan like that. Even granted, I was there during COVID. But honestly, as a Lance Corporal, you don't. I don't really know how to give you advice for supply aviation just because I wasn't a pogue or I wasn't in supply aviation. But like for instance, like a Lance Corporal in the infantry, if you're a like new Lance Corporal, like you haven't even been on deployment yet, you really don't have any responsibilities. Once you come off deployment and you're a Lance Corporal, like you have responsibilities. You're gonna have to lead people and shit like that, and that's just where you have to dig deep as a man or a woman, and you have to be like, look, I have to train these young men and women to become the next, like to become the future of the Marine Corps that I want to see. So that's what kept me going and had me like training my guys each and every day, was that like I want to leave my mark on the Marine Corps. I want to be able to the Marine Corps to take on a positive, light and future. I don't want the Marine Corps to drop off like it is now and everybody's fucking sissies and shit. So I guess that's why I got NJP. That was a little too rough. Do you plan to extend your contract? I've been on the Marine Corps for almost a year, so fuck no. Most efficient swim technique? Have you ever seen that short? I know it's kind of short, but that swimming technique that I showed is literally what they show you at boot camp for the people that cannot swim or have trouble swimming. So, just graduated high school today, ready for boot camp in August. Yeah, so when I graduated high school, literally 2 weeks after I graduated high school, I went to boot camp. Crazy. It's crazy. Is the Marine Corps getting weak, or is that a myth? No. The whole military as a whole is getting weak because we haven't been in a major conflict in any war. So it's a peacetime military, so that's why you see politics getting very involved in the military and shit like that. But when a major war pops back off or America goes back to war, that shit, is going to be all thrown out the window. Dumbest reason you saw someone get NJP'd for? Probably myself, honestly. And a lot of people agree with that. That whole NJP process was so fucking dumb. And literally after I got NJP'd, the people who pushed my NJP paperwork came up to me and was like, you need to stay in the Marine Corps. I'm so sorry I went like that. It's like, no, fuck you. I had a buddy get discharged during the moment of truth last week. That sucks. That's why your recruiter is supposed to tell you, do not raise your hand for shit. They're going to try to scare you. They're going to be like, this is your last opportunity to go home. Like, don't say shit. Honestly, you just sit there and just look. I blame that on that recruiter, that person's recruiter. My recruiter literally told me, he was like, just shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. You know what I did? I sat there and fucking stared. And you know what some people did? They raised their fucking hand, and we didn't see him again. How were you feeling the night before basic? I didn't really get that much sleep, to be honest. I was really nervous. Yeah, so I didn't really get sleep much that night before, but I got some sleep on, like, the flight and the bus ride before we got to, like, the the yellow footprints, I got some little bit of sleep then. But I was just really nervous, and I was like really thinking of like, is this really what I wanted to fucking do? What's some good advice for the VA when doing claims closing and on UAS? So if you're having any kind of medical issues, you need to go to BAS, no matter what your seniors or other people might say, like, oh, you're being a fucking sissy going to BAS. No. If you honestly have problems, you need to get it documented. You need to go to physical therapy, try to improve the situation. So that way when you go to the VA and you're still having problems, like, you have the proof to back it up. And that's what I did, honestly. That's exactly what I did. I showed proof of my knee injuries, hip injuries, back, ankle injuries. Like, all my injuries, I have proof to back it up. Literally paperwork signed from, medical officers and everything else. Like, boom, here goes all my shit. I'm not fucking lying. I'm not faking it. Like, here you go. Here goes all your proof. So, but yeah, I would say around at least your year, like a year before you get out, and maybe even before, you need to start going to BAS. You need to get shit documented that's bothering you. If you were to attend someone's graduation as a Marine, what uniform would you use? If you were to attend someone's graduation as a Marine, what kind of graduation? What uniform would you use? If I was in, let's say someone graduated boot camp, like a friend, I would probably wear my camis, honestly. I'm telling you, think dress blues, like dress blues do look badass, but the whole uniform, putting it on, is really hot. It's really like stiff around the neck. Like, it's not very comfortable. Me personally, I didn't really like putting on the dress blues, so I probably would have worn my camis. But yeah. Is the ASVAB low-key easy? For me, school was easy. So the ASVAB, I was a really good test taker, so the ASVAB was easy to me. But if you're not a good test taker, of course, the ASVAB is going to be a little tough. And if you don't really pay attention in school, you didn't really do good in school, it's going to be a little tough. But definitely studying and using all the resources around you can definitely help your chances of passing it. NJPs are career-ending sometimes. Your NCOs or staff NCOs can ruin you, and sometimes as a junior Marine, you wouldn't be taken seriously. It's sad, man. Yeah. So NJPs can make or break you. I will tell you, my NJP definitely didn't break my career. If I wanted to, I could have picked up corporal really quick. People were encouraging me to, but I was already done with the Marine Corps. I already know I was getting out. If I was going to stay in the Marine Corps and make the Marine Corps my career, that NJP didn't really do shit to me. But some NJPs are career breaking, depending on what the NJP is for. And like you said, it's a sad case because some NCOs, some staff NCOs will really make you look bad just because they don't like you personally, and they will really destroy your entire career and force you to get out the military, even though you're not a bad Marine or a bad person. That's why I said toxic leadership is one of the reasons I got out. Like, how can you be so toxic that you pushed me to get NJP'd, but then after my NJP process, some things come up that weren't brought up in the NJP process, and now you start to see shit that's clear, and you're like, oh, Trell, we need you to stay in the Marine Corps. You'd be a perfect recruiter. Trell, you should re-enlist. Like, you're not a bad Marine. You're a great Marine. You're one of the best Marines we got here as a mortarman. Like, no, fuck you. I'm getting out. So, my son is going in as admin. Any info? He's 17 years old. Thank you, sir. So, Matthew Lacefield. I joined, I was 17. I think it was very good that I joined at 17. It matured me a lot. A lot of people, I'm telling you, it's crazy. The amount of people will be like, there's no way you were only 20. There's no way you're 22. I'm like, yeah, I'm only 22. They're like, dude, you seem like you're 25, 26. The military is going to mature you. So he's going to get a lot of maturity, or he's going to become very mature. But as far as admin, like, admin's not really a hard job, to be honest. Like, he'd be cool. He'd be good. I think it'd be a great thing for him. Honestly, I believe everyone should have a little taste of the military. Honestly, I really do. If you graduated boot camp before my if I graduated boot camp before my high school graduation ceremony, could I wear my uniform? First of all, you can't even go to boot camp without either a diploma or like a GED or something like that. So that's not even possible. How fast can I get my vision fixed after I enlist? So if you don't answer this time, the Grizzlies won't make the finals next year. So vision, how fast you get your vision fixed. So I think you have to be in the Marine Corps for at least a year or like 2 years before you can apply for LASIK, the eye surgery, like the laser surgery or whatever. So I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm almost pretty sure. Do they always ask for volunteers for recon at School of Infantry? Not always, I don't think. But if you ask your combat instructor, like, hey, I'm trying to go recon. What's the best way for me to do it? Can you go to boot camp in between your junior and senior year? No. No, you cannot. But guys, I really appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging with me. The channel is almost to the point to where we can say our hard work has paid off. Almost at 100K, getting really, really close. Freaking, yeah. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure to leave video suggestions and comments. I promise you I do read them. I've just been really busy the past 2 weeks. I've been on hella vacations. Went on a cruise to Mexico. Fucking went to Atlanta and Nashville. I've been everywhere. Seems like I haven't really had time to just sit down and chill. But as always, guys, I thank you for the support. Thank you for any advice and encouragement. Even the people that hate, thank you, because it's just funny and it motivates me to keep on pushing. But I hope everyone has a blessed weekend and a great week. Next week, I might do a pop-up live next week. Definitely try to give you on Friday. I'll probably do a video, upload a video next week. But yeah, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, yep.